Welcome back to West Texas View.
Scott Davis has really hit upon and brought together a core group, and then a lot of other people that have bought into his idea of sending boxes directly to individual troop members that are overseas to let them know how much we appreciate their sacrifices in service. And I want us to start this segment of the program just going over this box of things that are sent to the troops. You can see that it is a box of what do we call it?
Goodies.
A standard box,
It's
standard
a
size
priority
box.
Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about what all is in this. I'm going to hold it up like this, and you can talk about some of the things that you do.
Well, one thing, if I may, it's important to realize the size of this box because it's big, but it's not huge. And so the things we fit in here are very specific, and we figured out over the years what sizes we have to put in these boxes to make sure that we can get as much stuff in there as possible. So when you read our list and says there's Kleenex in there, that doesn't mean a box of Kleenex that you put on your kitchen counter. It's a pocket thing of Kleenex because otherwise it doesn't go. But there's a $2 bill in there for good luck. And I didn't realize $2 bills were for good luck until a friend of mine who's a geologist, and he and my dad were partners years and years ago, came to me and said, we need to put $2 bills in those boxes. And he told me a story about how he had been giving out $2 bills for years and had given one to a young baseball player here with the Rockhounds. And you're not supposed to spend it. And it's bad luck if you spend it. Well, this young man was at a 7-Eleven one evening and didn't have any money in his pocket, and he started to pay for his Slurpee with his $2 bill, and he remembered that Chuck had said, that's for good luck, don't spend it. The next day, he got called up to the majors. So, whether it's good luck or not, it was for him. And there's a card that goes with it on the back that just says, this is for good luck, don't spend this money, and hope it brings you home safely and so forth.
Oh.
So, it's some of the things may not seem to make much sense, but they have a purpose.
But they do.
There's a .223 caliber bore snake, and most people, unless they're hunters or shooters, don't know what that is.
A bore snake is.
But it looks like a bootlace, and it has a wire brush in it, and it allows these men and women who are in combat to carry a very handy device with them into combat to clean the barrels of their weapons. Also in there is a bottle of Remington gun oil, so they can take care of their weapons in combat or when they get back. In a very simple and straightforward and quick way. It's brutally cold in Afghanistan in the winter, and I had a Marine mom come by one day and she said, Scott, we'd like to donate a case of hand warmers to you. And I looked at her and I said, okay, I don't know about hand warmers. And she told me they were these chem packs that you take out of the wrapper and shake them, put them in your pockets or in your gloves, and they keep your hands warm. She said her son was a Marine, and he had just loved these things. Well, that started us off on putting hand warmers in there, and they've been a huge hit. And they're great. There's about a week worth of warm hands in that package. Then athletic socks, just so they have a clean pair of socks.
And a warm pair. Oh.
And wool gloves.
That fit anybody.
That fit anybody, even my big hands. A knit cap. It's, as I said, brutally cold over there. And whether or not they wear this cap when they're on missions underneath their helmet or they just sleep in it at night, if you have a little bit of hair like I have, or you have a shaved head like they do, it keeps their head warm.
Right.
Their children over there.
That's the sweetest thing in the box.
We always try and put a small toy in each box. And whether or not these men and women keep that toy for themselves, take it home to their children when they redeploy home, or they carry it and give it to the indigenous children over there. It's Christmas is about kids and always about toys. So there's got to be a toy in there just to make it Christmassy.
And sometimes they develop friendships with the foreign people just through that gift.
That's our hope.
That one gift.
That's our hope. We've always sent jerky, but 2 years ago we had a lady over near Snyder who called me and said, Mr. Davis, and here we go again, I'm not Mr., but she was a grandmother. I could tell by her voice, and her mannerisms, how polite she was. And she said that her husband had passed away in August of the previous year, and he was a big supporter of the troops, and she wanted to do something in his honor. So she had some jerky made, and I thought, oh, did she make it in the garage, or make it like biltong, hanging it on the clothes wire? How'd she do this? And she had a longhorn steer shipped up to Clinton Sons in White Deer, Texas, and had it slaughtered and turned into jerky and beef sticks. And so we developed a relationship with Clinton Sons jerky, because this is the best jerky I've ever had at that time. And so their jerky goes in our boxes in honor of her.
Oh, how neat. And then just a lot of other things. A book?
There's a paperback book, there's a Bible, there's a DVD, there's a wide bottom mug full of cocoa mix, there's instant coffee, instant drink mix, snacks.
Peanuts, lots of candy.
There's a really good pocket knife in there. There's antibiotic ointment, there's non-aspirin pain reliever, deodorant, toothbrush, toothpaste, razor, Q-tips. There's just
things that they couldn't get over there. And the Bible, and you've got all kinds of a first aid kit.
Mm-hmm. At the very bottom is a stack of Christmas cards from children.
And the interesting thing then is when all this stuff is put in here, then how much does it cost to mail this box?
That box is about $14 just for postage. So we'll have $38,000.
So what's in it, and then the postage is about $100 gift.
It's a little more than that, actually. Yeah. It's we don't send junk, and we won't send junk. We've worked very hard to get this list together, and people are very generous and very kind, and they make it happen for us.
Which comes back to be sure that you visit the website that's rolling across the screen, because it shows a list of very specific things, and it tells what you can donate, and then it tells what is bought in bulk, and it's more expensive things that are bought in bulk by the donations that are given. And then on top of that, then we need the volunteers. And so when you see this, it really makes you understand what a gift each person individually is getting addressed to them, and it's not just kind of sent en masse. We're going to come back after the break and continue this conversation.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.